Hello, lovelies. Oh my goodness. Welcome. Welcome to the Self-Love Sanctuary. This is such a beautiful place for you to really deepen the love for you. It's going to be such an amazing journey, and I cannot wait. Welcome. Hello. If you're hopping on here live or on replay, make sure to say hello. This is going to be such an amazing journey, and I got some boobage going on there. Gotta love that. Hello, I'm watching live but doing dishes, so I won't be able to comment much. That's okay. This is your space, and I am so excited because this is the third round of this program, and it deepens every time, it expands every time, and it gets to be this representation of the love inside of me, the love inside of you, and the journey that we get to go on. When we start this program, we're on a 2-month journey here. I've played with in the past of different time frames for this program, and what I found is the more space that we have to actually embody the love that we talk about, that's where the magic actually happens. Because it's not all about information, and the information's important, and we want to know what self-love actually is and what it looks like and how to love ourselves and what blocks us from loving ourselves. But really the heartbeat and the meat of everything is actually implementing and being in the playground of life to really understand what love actually feels like. Because there's only so much you can learn from me, but it's the process of the expansion of love that's actually going to bring you more love inside of you. That's where the magic happens. So we have 2 months here. So you have a weekly lesson. Each week we're going to meet on Thursday, and we're going to deepen into the love inside of you. And really, a lot of what we're going to be working on is what is blocking it? What is blocking you from you? And this journey never ends. I am always expanding the love inside of myself. So you might be at the very beginning of your love journey. You might be, you've started the love journey and you're growing even more. Really, it doesn't matter where you're at in the journey. You're on the journey of self-love. That's all that matters. You said yes to you today and in this program and in working with me, and ultimately in working with you and really deepening the love for you. So we get to really dive into that in each lesson. So each week we have a lesson. There's going to be some Q&As because I know that not everything is going to be very specific to you. So the Q&As are your chance to really ask, Chelsea, how do I apply this to myself in this specific situation? Because I can't quite possibly cover what everyone's thinking and feeling inside of their mind. I know generally what really comes up and what is really important for you, but you are your own unique person. And so I want to empower you to use those Q&As for the space where you get to ask and make sure that you are deepening the love inside of you even more by asking those questions. So make sure that you are using that space for you. You'll see posts come up for you that a couple days before our Q&A, and you'll be able to put those questions in. And it's really nice too that there's space between the lessons so that you can actually do the journaling, do the meditations, do the processing, because there's a lot of work in this program, but it's a lot of really deepening soul love work that's going to be there. And so I want you to have the space to do that, because I found if we have too many lessons in a week, there's not enough space, because I know you're working, right? You've got kids, or you have a job, or you have a partner, or you're looking for a partner, or you're expanding your business, or there's so many things that we have going on. And so I want you to have that space, and we're going to be talking about that a lot today here in our first lesson, to really start creating that foundation for you as you move through this program, as you really deepen into that understanding of the space for you. So make sure, just even right off the bat, is make sure that you schedule these times in your calendar. Make sure that there is space for you to have these lessons. They're going to be about an hour-ish, give or take each time. Sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes a little bit shorter. It just depends on what really flows through me on the topic that I want to share with you that day. And so schedule that time. I would schedule about an hour and a half for this time. So we have it the same time every Thursday. Our Q&As are on a couple of the Fridays. In the events section is where everything is at. So if you have any questions though, just post it in the group, because I am here for you. And actually my VA, Miss Bailey, she's going to be helping me out in here as well. So it might be me or Bailey that's responding. But if you have any questions about when or where to put your questions for the Q&A, or when the next event is, you're taken care of. You are supported here. I want you to know that you're supported here. But mark the calendars, and if you can't make it live, that is okay. I am going to be here live doing these lessons and really creating this energy for you, and you get to really engage in that energy, whether it's live or on the replay. The energy is still there. The information is still there. The value is still there for you, as long as you pick it up and take it for you. So if you can't make it live, schedule in a replay time. Schedule in the space in the calendar for you. Because if you're not scheduling the time, all of a sudden 3 weeks are going to go by and you're going to be like, whoa, okay, I haven't even done any of the meditations or journaling or the lessons. And I don't want you to feel overwhelmed in this program. The space in my world is about you to feel that there's a breath for you. This is where we learn to slow down. This is where you learn to create the space, the opening for you. And so I'm going to be setting things up very specifically in this program to support you in the slowing down, to support you in the space for you, to support you in you being you. So I wanted to cover those housekeeping pieces, and I also really suggest that you get a brand new journal for this program. There's going to be a lot of journaling, and there's going to be a new daily piece that I'm going to be adding in that I haven't added in since the first program or the second program running of this. So this is where we're building those muscles of creating space for you. So you're going to hear me a lot saying throughout this program, space, 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 because that is a really key foundation in self-love, is creating space for you. And we'll dive into that in just a moment, but we want to start setting up those foundations. So have a journal where there's space for you to have the journaling to happen, to really create this time for you where you get to sit down and be with you, to be with your thoughts, to be with the exploration. I'm going to be giving you journal prompts. There's going to be some new ones that haven't been there before. There might be some similar ones if you've done this program before, but this is the amazing thing, that even if everything in this program was the exact same thing, if this was all recorded, if there was all these exact same lessons and meditations, you are a different person. You are always growing, always expanding, and we always bring in new levels. Yes, perfect. I've always used my new journal once so far, so lots of space. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So pick out a new journal, and if you don't want to do new journal, that's okay. This is where you get to learn what feels good for you. I'm never ever going to tell you this is how you have to, need to, supposed to do something. We are actually going to be uncovering some of those beliefs and uncovering those assumptions as we move forward in this program of who you think you're supposed to be, and instead really embody the you that you want to be. So even in getting a new journal, if you don't want a new journal, you don't have to get a new journal. It's just a suggestion. If you want a new journal and you're so excited by that, all these fresh new pages to really pour the process and the love into, get a new journal. I also recommend you to create a space for you where you feel that it is your sanctuary. This is the self-love sanctuary, and the sanctuary is the space of love. It's a supportive space for you. And although I get to create that for you here in this program, I want you to create it physically in your world too, at home. And it can travel too. I like to travel in my cozy spaces. I don't often stay in the same spot. It just depends on what kind of vibe I'm feeling and what feels good for me. So you can even create this beautiful basket of all of the things, maybe the candle that you want to use, the scents that you want to use. Maybe you have some sage where you like to clear the space before you do your journaling or before you watch one of the lessons here. You get to create that space. And I like the basket because then you get to take it with you, right? You have your journal in there, your special pen in there, right? Everything that gets to support you in creating that sanctuary. And then you can carry that basket to the couch, to your bedroom, to the tub, right? There's different places that you get to create that space for you. So don't feel like it has to be set in stone and it doesn't have to stick. This gets to be, and that's part of space too. It's a fluidity of you, and you get to move wherever you want to move. You get to be wherever you want to be. You get to be whomever you want to be. The real you, the authentic you. So we'll start to really uncover that. But I want you to start setting out that space for you to actually do this program. And I really strongly suggest too, and strongly suggest meaning I'm gonna kind of tell you to do it, but again, take what you want from this, is when you are really doing these lessons, I strongly suggest to really sit down with you. If you are doing multitasking, that is okay. But we want to really practice creating that space, especially when you're journaling and especially when you do the meditations that I'll give you. There's sometimes I'm multitasking when I take lessons myself, and maybe I'm on a walk or doing dishes, or I'm in the tub listening to the lessons too. That's one of my favorites, actually. You can multitask, but try to create some spaces where you're not multitasking, where it's just you with you, where you're creating the space for you. And if you want to be multitasking, it's okay. There's no shame in that. But I want you to really create this space where it is your sanctuary, where it feels good, where you can breathe and you can explore. And you can hear it right now. I have some nice calm music in the background. You can have the music, wear nice cozy clothes, or today I'm wearing a nice fancy dress because it's just what I wanted to wear today. Start creating those spaces for you. It is really important and really valuable, just even the setup of this program. What I want to really dive into today, and it really does piggyback off of the housekeeping. But here we are in our first lesson, so welcome.